Hello, and my name is William Elliott. Welcome to A Life with Blindness. I am often asked questions about being blind, and I have created this series of videos to answer some of those questions. I ask you to remember I am not a health professional. The experience I have had is my own personal experience, and other people may have different answers to these same questions. People often wonder what it's like to go blind. What advice would I give to them if they were to suddenly find themselves blind, or if they gradually went blind? I myself took several years to lose my sight, and over that time I was able to prepare. First of all, you need to prepare mentally. It's a very difficult process. I would often find myself worried that I needed a series of injections in order to keep my sight, and after a while it became very predictable as to when those injections would wear off and I would suddenly find myself blind. And so I was continually counting days and up until when an injection would wear off, and I would also find myself preparing. At the time, the work I did was mostly with my hands, and so I would often work with my eyes closed and see if I could do my job with my eyes closed, and I was able to do that. I was able to practice keeping my skills fairly well honed and being able to adapt as things went slowly. I feel worse for people who suddenly lose their sight, and that can happen. I know people who've had accidents and their vision was good, and in a fraction of a second they have lost their sight completely. For those people, they then have the double problem of grieving for their lost sight. They have all the emotional problems of losing sight, maybe worries about the future, whether they'll be able to keep their jobs and things. And then on top of that, you have to learn all of the new skills which you have to overcome in order to live a good life as a blind person. And believe me, you can have a good life. Blindness is not the end of everything. It is just a new way of seeing the world. You learn how to adapt situations. You still have to be able to eat. If you want to go out for a meal, you can still ask waiters and waitresses what are the best things on the menu. There are lots of ways of being able to cope with day-to-day situations, but you do have to learn how to go through those situations. Sometimes they'll be frustrating and annoying, and accepting that things will be annoying quite a lot of the time is a major part of going blind. And I am not completely immune. I do find myself in situations which are totally frustrating and annoying, and I do get angry, but at the end of the day, those situations will always arise. And so another thing would be to look out for organisations such as the American Council of the Blind, the National Federation of the Blind, depending on where you are in the world, local organisations geared towards helping people in the blind community. They are very good resources, even if you have very low vision. If you're losing your sight, making contact with such organisations will give you a place to go to in the event of having a problem and needing someone to help you find a solution. There's often somebody there who has been through a similar situation, and they will recognise it for what it is. It's just a problem which you need a solution for, and they may even have the very solution you need. So always look out for blind and visually impaired organisations. They're a great deal of help to everyone.